Hi, thank you for checking out my channel and the Persona Rerun project. If you are enjoying it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with any friends who might be interested in Persona. I am also live on Twitch at twitch.tv/MacTheVoid, as well as have a coffee. Otherwise, we'll get right into it. Thanks. Class has ended for today. Burnt out, work related? Neither of you. Or maybe not?
I'm sorry to ask this so suddenly, but can you come with me? There's something we need to discuss.
You and all of us, or just him?
Just him for now. Come with me to the student council room.
I do love when it cuts in. It is always us three hanging out, which I think goes to show us all actually being friends.
Isn't it kind of weird that she'd only want to talk to him?
Probably big, important student council business.
Maybe, but Senpai was acting a little weird. She had that look she gets when she's...
It's because I'm trying to put my dick in a toaster.
You worry too much. Well, guess we might as well...
She's telling us that we have to be careful so we don't chomp up our fingers.
According to the seating chart, if he's not here, you have to take over cleaning duty. Have fun sweeping the hallway.
What? Since when?
That was a really cute scene. I actually really like that. Sure. What's up? What's up, Mitsuru?
Do you remember Chidori, the girl who was with Stray?
Oh, okay. So this is brand new. I thought I didn't recall anything like this, but I was like,
the
okay.
Truth is, there's a chance that she may wake up today.
Chidori's still alive. See, that's my question. I was under the assumption she was
I know what
dead.
you're going to say, and yes, we did see her die with our own eyes. However, a few days later, her body began to undergo transmogrification.
Oh,
For the
that's
past
what.
few weeks,
Okay,
she's been in a
yeah.
Sort of stasis, neither living nor dead.
How is this possible? Because I understand why you wouldn't want to tell us until we knew more about it.
I don't
No
know.
use giving like
It may
false
be
hope,
related to her
right?
persona's abilities, but that's mere speculation. The reason I wanted to talk to you is, how do you think we should tell Iori? You see, she's probably...
Oh, and asking us how we want to
Yes, it's me.
tell
I see.
Iori is.
Yes, I understand. That was the hospital.
So they're just bringing her back to life? That's because there's that whole new thing with hanging out with Junpei, and if you do that and get him to give flowers, which isn't something that was happening in P3P, and I remember thinking about that, right? And I was like, that's weird. So, and this is all new scenes. So are those all interconnected, or does she always come back to life in the new version? Because she was like firmly dead with a bullet, if you want to say it that way. Pun intended. But like, she was dead. In P3P, she doesn't come back. I'm pretty sure in Fez, she doesn't. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she does in P3P. Because like I said, I don't think I ever got this far in the FemC route. So maybe in FemC route, she comes back and this is just transferring over stuff from there. Because they've done that a few times with some of the additions that they added into this game. That they took from FemC. But yeah, this is all new content, or like all new scenes. So I'm wondering, is this related to Junpei's pathway and us pushing him to do those flowers or not? Or is this just like new additional stuff?
They say she's just awakened. It's hard to believe, but It seems that Chidori really has come back to life.
Did I hear that right?
Iori?
Chidori is... Huh? Is this a joke? Some kind of trick?
No, it's not a joke or a trick. She's currently recovering in the same hospital as before. But, Iori, she probably...
Chidori's... alive?
What? Hey, Junpei! What about your cleanup duty? Jeez, what's gotten into him?
Well, I guess it's a moot point now. But perhaps it's for the best that he found out this way. I think I'll
No,
head to
I
the
think it still
hospital
would have been
after
better
this
if we
too.
prepared him for it.
Could I ask you to come along?
No. No, I need my day to hang out with my girlfriend. I don't care about Junpei and his zombie girlfriend. I have a robot girlfriend that I need to get back to.
Huh? Junpei? You took off that fast and you still haven't gone inside?
Well,
I mean, yeah, I'd be fucking nervous too, actually.
It wouldn't be good for all of us to charge in.
I agree. Go on, Iori. You go in too.
Yeah, he'll need the backup. Yeah, she
Our damaged
definitely
endocrine
has
system and other internal organs have completely
memory
healed.
problems,
She's
probably.
still weak, but there's no more danger of her dying in 2 years.
Chidori? Is it really you? I'm not dreaming. Am I?
Dreaming?
It's true. It is you.
I don't know if I like this change. I mean, it's very sweet.
Who are you?
Yeah, obviously, right? We saw this coming. But like,
What?
I thought so. Transmogrification is the proof that one lacks potential. I had a feeling this might be the case.
This is Kirijo-san and Iori-kun. They were your friends last year.
Friends? My name is Chidori Yoshino. I'm sorry. It hasn't quite hit me yet. But I guess I don't
that's
remember
rough.
anything of the past few years.
and I don't
It's
think.
like I was having a really long dream.
So I'm gonna talk through my emotions of this scene, which is that I don't think it would bother me if I played this first. I think that if this is the version of P3 you played first, this is actually pretty interesting, cool choice, especially with her memory loss, and it feeds in well with the additional stuff that was laid out, including like the different plots going on between Takaya and like the Kirijo group and whatever's interlinking them, and like it's particularly like their fear of letting go. And like I think that technically it does still kind of fit into some of the themes of like growth and change, metaphorical death and rebirth. That said, because P3P is what I played first as a guy, not the FemC route, because like I said, I never got this far in the FemC route and I haven't played that yet, so I don't know if this is gonna be added in there. I doubt it because we haven't had the other scenes and it would come out of left field if it did. But I think this is one of the dangers of balancing multiple like thematic cores at the same time, because I think this works really well with like the growth and changing and like, you know, you're constantly fighting like you know, you're constantly fighting against who you were to become something new, right? And there's nothing you can do about that. Even if you try to remain the same in the process of that, you are inevitably going to change. And so I think it works on those terms in a very real way to bring that home, while also allowing for Junpei and his growth to not even be undercut. Like initially when we were talking about before, I was like, when I paused the first time, I was gonna let the scene roll out in front of me before I decided to comment on it. And I'm glad I did, because at the time, the initial gut reaction to that was, oh, this kind of undercuts Junpei's growth and who he was as a person. But like, I don't think that's necessarily true. Because the most, like, while we all think of it as like the moment that Chidori dies is what prompts Junpei's growth, he was already on the path to become the better person he is becoming now, right? Which he still struggles with, large, which I think is due to the writers needing a way to allow the player to, you know, leer at the girls in the group, but allow the character and the player to kind of take a step back from that. So Junpei's the proxy for that. And I think that like that works in the initial part with what I've talked about before, but I don't think that the writers had a way to do that with like the festival scene without like defaulting back to who Junpei was, even though like it feels like he's grown, you know? So it was like a very utilitarian reason for him to act that way, right? But I was gonna say, like, the actual trajectory he was already on would lead to pretty much the same point he's in currently. Right? Like she, maybe the part where she's like, no longer gonna die in 2 years or whatever. But with her memory loss, he would still have to take those same lessons and apply them, right? So like, I don't think this undercuts it as much as I initially, my gut reaction said it would undercut it. That said, I do feel like it somewhat undercuts the themes of the game in the same way that the Shinji thing undercuts it in P3 FemC, right? Where because they do that, he's still in a coma, and so it's still kind of semi-equivalent, but like in a game that is so much about actual death and knowing that you are going to die, so how do you choose to live your life with that knowledge? Right? Like that's like a core part of this game. And with that so much at the forefront, I don't know how to feel about resurrecting this character so that they can have a happy ending, even if it makes sense with the other thematic core of the game, right? Which is like where these themes can come into conflict where they wouldn't in a straightforward narrative. So like, I don't, in that sense, I'm a little bit disappointed, right? Because it does weaken that theme a bit more, I think. Even if there's a cost to her, you know, surviving, which is her memories and stuff. And it strengthens the other thematic core. So like, I'm kind of two minds about it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, and there's plenty of, I'm sure there's plenty of lore reasons why this is going to happen, right? Like they're going to explain it with like why the extra connection between the two works, and like with the different backgrounds we're getting with like the Kirijo group and how their personas were forced, and how Strega's personas were like forced out of them. Maybe that reconciling of it and why it happened, and passing that persona on to Junpei allowed her to live, or something like that, right? I'm sure there's a lore reason, but like, I'm I like it when more stuff like that is explained. I'm less interested in it than I am in like the meta reason, like a step above the fiction, right? The metatextual reasons why the stuff like this happens, you know? So that you know, kind of mixed feelings for sure.
Chidori. Yoshino.
It seems all of her memories after she awakened to her persona are gone. She remembers everything that happened before then. But as for you all,
The doctor knows about personas. I mean, I know Kirijo owns the entire hospital, but that is interesting.
Nah. I think it's better for her that she doesn't remember.
I mean,
All that
that's
stuff about
probably
feeling
actually true.
the suppressants when you're having a nightmare. It's better to be able to wake up.
I didn't say it was a nightmare. Don't put words in my mouth. It was a dream of meeting a kind, warm person at the end of a long tunnel. I can't remember it clearly.
Oh, this is so sweet
But I
though.
wanted to
Oh
make him
God,
happy.
this does hurt my chest. This part is very
I
good.
think there were flowers. A room filled with them.
Chidori, take it easy. Don't force yourself to remember.
flowers in a room. If she can remember that part clearly, then maybe... Do you remember how she'd occasionally use her power to make flowers bloom again? She'd always do it for the flowers in her room on the days when Iori-kun would visit. And she would always spend more time on the flowers she received from you, Iori-kun.
She never even looked at me when I brought them in, though.
She's shy.
Now I see.
Any flower she touched would be mysteriously preserved. I ended up keeping them all for my research, but after the autopsy, I put them all on her chest as a tribute. Now that I think about it, that must have been the night she
Oh,
began to
the lingering
transmogrify.
healing energy that
The
kept
power
those
to share one's
alive.
life with others.
Went back,
Could
like,
she have reclaimed the life
yeah.
energy she'd given
Okay,
to those
again, lore
flowers?
reasons I don't care, but that I do like it when they add them in to connect stuff. But I like that. I like that a lot because okay.
The loss of her power is part of it, but furthermore,
No, because that puts some of it in her own hands. Actually, I really like that a lot. Where like it is like not June, like part of it is it's them having to come together to save her life, right? Because part of it is Junpei showing this love and affection or whatever, but it is also her pouring that affection into the stuff that she received from him, and like taking the active step to choose that love and preserve it in her life that brought her back. Again, ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. Let's go. Again, I think this new stuff does come into conflict with the old stuff and the old themes a bit, but like, ooh, it's so tasty. Like this team, when they get to do their own fucking game without any of the baggage, I'm so on board, man. Like, oh, that's so good. Okay. Yeah.
Excuse me? Are you talking about me?
I love how she's still pissed
we were
that we're talking about
how you want to live now.
like talking around her.
What do you mean by that? Of course I want to live. I have to find the person in my dream someday. I don't have time to lie in bed forever.
Supposing you do find him, what will you do after that?
Well, that's none of your business.
Let's go.
The strength of two hearts connected brought about a
Exactly.
or
Yes.
rather, a victory.
Again, still mixed about how that ties to the original
Sorry.
themes, but like that's so choice.
Hey. Why are you crying?
I can't help it. I've never been so happy in my entire life.
It's hard to write out those noises for sure. I don't think they're necessarily a wah.
Have some self-control now. Let's go.
Yeah, I was about to say, we should really give them a moment. Everyone's definitely listening in. Oh my god. They're crying for him. Oh. And I think that goes to show that Yukari and Fuka both actually really do appreciate Junpei in their own way too.
Oh, welcome back.
I mean, I'm sure they'd feel that about whatever, but oh, that took my day though. Ugh.
All right.
Helping you out, Junpei, took up a day of my time. It took up so many days of my time. The creature group will protect her with all the resources at its command. That's a promise. I would have another day to have finished Aegis's. I was so sad seeing Junpei like that back then. I'm so happy for him. What's up? Sorry. Every time I think about it, I start to tear up. It's so good. Now Junpei's got all the more reason to give it his all. No way he'll let us lose. Oh my god.
Very intriguing.
It's beautiful how two people care so much about one another. Back. It's the best day of my entire life. Oh, Junpei, bud. You are correct.
Class is starting.
Hey you, are you sleeping? No, it's fine. Let him sleep. Students are busy. It's normal to be tired. I'm a little sleepy myself. I was playing pretend Featherman with my grandchild yesterday and got a little too invested. Oh, I wonder... Okay, people are talking about students taking advantage. I wonder if his grandkid died. And so you didn't really get to develop that. What, you all don't know Featherman? It's a Sentai series that teaches you about justice. We'll watch it in class someday. Speaking of justice, did you know that the concept of justice is different in Western culture and Eastern culture? Boyd, look at this. This is a statue of the goddess Themis. She's currently referred to as the god of justice. She holds a set of scales and a sword, and she's stepping on something.
What's the answer?
You know what she's stepping on? A snake?
This is it.
Wonderful, that's correct. It's a lot of stories tend to paint snakes as a symbol of sin, or some kind of agent of evil. In Western culture, justice tends to be about enforcing the rules. If you want everyone to live in harmony, rules are absolutely necessary. So everyone who disrupts the rules might end up just like the snake.
Nice going.
Yeah, we're more about the retribution than we are about the rehabilitation around here. Which has been a huge hammering point for me recently. Eastern culture, on the other hand, views justice more about acting and thinking ethically. This exists in the individual. In other words, all humans have their own sense of justice. It's not an easy way to live, but I'm sure you'll all be fine. Oh, time's up. So about your homework. None for today. Get some rest. But make sure you're awake for the next class, all right?
No way.
Ishimari's really... I'm getting the shivers. He's like, maybe a little too easy on the students. What am I doing today? Let's find out. You're all maxed. You're not. Tsumare! Okay, you're good. But yeah, what I was gonna talk about last night that I'm gonna talk about today, and I think I brought this up earlier. Oh, okay, I guess that does happen around the midpoint. So like, I think the moon stuff works better when we see them in the act and process of changing, which is what the moon's all about, right? Then the ones where it's like, rather than, I think the problems with the Gourmet King and the problems with Mishima are that like this active change and watching them change is too sudden versus like the progression you get with you know, Shinji and I. And I was gonna say, like I guess at the just past the halfway mark, it makes sense to have that be when he starts to change. But I would probably have, I don't know, I would probably make it 4, because you could have the first 2 be him legitimately helping us, but like 3, we see him starting to take advantage of it with the buffet, and 4, rather than doing this whole actor thing, have it just be about Akiyama. And Akiyama could show up at the buffet, maybe with family or something instead, or you know, or you know, it could be those kids, and it could be implied that they're like wealthy, which would make sense for like some of the stuff that happens a little bit later. So like not like wealthy, but like upper class, right? So like right, like if you push that back and then you use the 2 extra spaces you have for this to show him tackling that within himself and growing within himself for that before getting to the point where we're going, and like showing him like making progress and backsliding, which I think is more interesting. It's kind of like how like the change didn't really start to happen for the Gourmet King. Well, that's spoiler, so I won't get into it. I think that's a possibility. I'm trying to think of, but like as far as it being moon, I actually think it works best this way in terms of being thematically correct, and so I should appreciate that. But I think it makes it difficult to like the character. Like, how does anybody like Mishima? You know? Let's hang out. Don't overthink it.
See.
Let's hang out.
Senpai.
Want to come over? Your house, senpai? I think it's a bit early. I mean, I don't know if my heart's right for that. So, oh, when you said come over, you meant LeBlanc.
I'm so embarrassed.
She seemed having 2 beats of that face made it seem like she went from to like disappointed to embarrassment, which is very good. I'm so sorry, I jumped the gun. I'm such an idiot. So I suppose we should be able to talk in peace there. If that's really okay, I'll head over there. Sorry for dropping in on you like this. I hope it's not too much trouble. I don't remember what this one was for. In the other version of her. We'll call it holiday hours. Thank you. I just needed to talk to you about something in person. Wow, it smells great. Thank you. It's really good. Something about it is relaxing.
Please, listen to me.
I think I'll be ready to show Coach Hiraguchi my performance soon. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to be there when I do. Is that okay? Definitely. Great, I'm so glad. But that's not what I came here to talk about. Do you remember what I said when we went clothes shopping? I talked about wanting you to see me and how that helped me stop worrying. Of course I do. I'm so glad you remember. I was thinking about Kasumi. I wonder how she must have felt. Thinking she didn't want to lose to me, wanting me to watch her. Maybe that's what we had in common. We both wanted someone specific to see our efforts. To see us as we are. As long as we have that someone watching us, we can stay strong.
So,
I finally realized something. I think part of Kasumi's strength came from that. I was the one she was thinking of. Never heard her say it, but maybe she'd been trying to tell me through her performance. I can't believe it took me this long to figure it out. Such an idiot. But I'm glad I finally realized it. Even as worthless as I am, I hope I still helped Kasumi somehow. You're not worthless.
Yes.
Right. I have to believe in myself. First step in that is correcting your language. Like, and it's something I struggle with, and like, thank God, I have people in Twitch chat. I have friends and I don't have any friends in IRL space, so it gets a little bit rough there. But like, you know, I have Discord friends and stuff like that who, like, when I talk that way about myself, will correct me on it and will call me out on it. And I'm deeply grateful for that, you know, because like that is one of the first things you need to correct if you're going to improve your self-image and your self-esteem. And it gets so much more noticeable too. Like, when I'm in a healthier headspace, I don't talk about myself that way as much. And I'm more cognizant of it. Where if I do say something like that, I do catch it or try to, you know, flip it or whatever. While when I'm in a bad emotional state, I'll just say things similar to that, even if it's as a joke, and then just kind of let it ride. So yeah, Kasumi's beyond any apologies I could give her. I can't tell her how I feel. She'll never see me perform. That's reality. It happened because of me. I've been running away from that for a long time. But I'm done running now. It's time to stand on my own 2 feet. I want to live for both of us now. For the sake of everything we wanted. I want to grow even stronger. Even if I end up in tears from failing at a meet. Or if the pressure's too much for me sometimes. With Kasumi's confidence and the grace she recognized in me, I'm gonna keep moving up. I'm gonna show Kasumi who Sumire Yoshizawa really is.
All right.
You know.
And so, now that I've committed to, you know, not running away from my feelings, there's something I need to tell you, Senpai. Go ahead. Thank you very much. The nervous sweats just kicked in, I guess. I realized it was less a matter of showing off and more wanting someone to watch me. That is, wanting someone special to watch me, someone I'd want to have eyes only for me. And I thought to myself, well, for me, that special person's obviously Senpai. So I think that means I'm in love. In love?
I love you.
They couldn't actually just voice this line? They had her say something else? Come on! It's her confession scene. What are you doing? Only one other person really gets to confess like this. And that's Haru. Why am I in this scene with you? I want to be with Haru. This is so fast for whoever you're trying to be. I barely know you, girl. I mean, I've committed already. I hate that she's the only one to confess to you like this. Like, even Haru is a little bit more roundabout, if I remember correctly. Like she's the only one to directly tell you. And it's like, woman, we've talked 4 times. Like, I know the other parts were technically you, but like, they put so much effort into distancing her from that it's like, okay, so you're someone who's trying to figure out your identity, and I'm supposed to be like, yeah, let's get in a relationship to build your identity around? That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up, and I'm gonna do it because I've committed to the bit. But like, that's incredibly horrible to be like, this person who's struggling with their identity, who doesn't know who they are as themselves yet, who has just let go of pretending to be their dead sister and being like, oh yeah, you know, we should be in a relationship and you should center your entire personality and what you're trying to build around me watching you. That's healthy. Oh my God. This is actually sickening. This sucks. This sucks so much. What are we doing here? Oh my God. That said, like, I don't think it's like necessarily even like a bad plot line of her stuff. And I also don't hate this first half. I feel like given more time, this plot line actually really could work. But like, obviously you can't do this, right? And I'm not asking them to do this, but how cool would it have been if you did like 3? It's the same complaint I had with Mishima earlier, weirdly. But if you did like 3 with her like that or something like that, right? And then had her switch earlier in the game and then gave us time to develop, or you actually give her secretly 15. And I know you can't do that because she's like sandwiched into this last month, right? But like, how cool would it have been to do those 5 and then have the reveal and have it like erase those and have her have 15 of them? Like 15 altogether, 5 as Kasumi and then 10 as Sumire. And they can't do that because again, this is at the end of the month and this is like the constraints of working within the additional content, right? This is not something that they couldn't have done this better. I want to make this clear as I'm complaining about it, that I don't think they could have done this better. I think this is actually a really interesting story that they wanted to tell, that I think meshes really well with the Maruki stuff, that I think like I said, all of this stuff kind of firing pretty well with me. I think it's sickening the way that like we're taking advantage of her. I think it's sickening this idea of we're just riding with her, centering her identity on us watching her. So I would change that aspect of it. If we have to rush it this early, I would give her like a firmer, but like it's tough because like you can't give her too firm of a sense of self, because then you're like, well, what was all that earlier? How did Maruki do this? You also can't have her be too confident in who she is. Both because then the previous her and her current her would overlap, but secondarily, like I was saying, like, then how did she get to the point of accepting Maruki? So like the main plot has hemmed her into this aspect. And then the fact that this has to take place in a single month at the end of the game and can't happen earlier it also prevents us from being able to like actively learn from her. And like, so like I don't know how you do this better than it's done here. That's right. Like I feel like I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, because like it's very gross, but I don't know how you fix it. Right. And I don't think it's a bad idea to explore this stuff. I think it's a really cool thing that they're doing here. And like, if it was me, if I was fixing this, I wouldn't make her a romanceable person. You know, and maybe I'll shoot her down this time. I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's leading us to romance her. I wouldn't make her romanceable. I would make it so we had to turn. But then like, so many players would be upset by that, because you have this woman who's of the age group that the main character's in, who's presented in this specific way to be like his counterpart in her actual outfit in the metaverse is like mirroring him, right? So you kind of have to just stick with this, you know? I don't know. I don't have an answer for it. I just know that it's upsetting to me. You know? Weirdly, this mirrors Aegis a bit, but like Aegis has stuff that happens later. and I can't get into Aegis, but I love Aegis, right? And I'm like favorite, right? So what? But I think Aegis takes more time to, again, trying to avoid spoilers, but it takes more time to find and explore herself and make those decisions for herself than this allows for. I think is where the line is different for me, you know? And also having knowledge about what happens later with Aegis. So it's like, I don't have a solution. Then sometimes you don't need to. And sometimes this stuff is messy. And for some people will probably really love this romance, and the fact that I'm calling it sickening is probably upsetting to them. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just think the ways that it hits me personally makes me feel sick a bit. You know? And that's not like a value judgment on anyone who enjoys her plot line. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I wish I didn't have to romance her. This entire time I've been like wanting to romance Haru, and then it turns out that romancing her makes me personally feel, I'm gonna say predatory, but I don't mean like a sexual predator. I just mean predatory, like preying on somebody, a vulnerable person, you know? That's what it feels like to me. Which sucks because, you know, I don't even want to be romancing her technically. I wanted to romance her because she was the new girl and this is the new content that I haven't experienced before. But I think that like in terms of her own storytelling, I actually don't even hate this development, right? Of her being like holding on to Kasumi and like having Kasumi make all these decisions for her and just kind of following along with them and imitating her, never finding her true self. That weakness then like allowing Maruki to brainwash her into thinking she was Kasumi, where she's introduced to us, and like this sense of wearing someone else's skin to get by until like she can't progress any farther as a person that way, losing that, and then like as she loses that core of herself, she's rapidly trying. I think this is actually very reasonable behavior on her part. To be clear, this is actually like the startlingly realistic behavior. Because like to put it in a different context, right, is like something we see a lot in both men and women, but we especially see it in men, is that like after they lose their significant other, whether it's like through divorce, whether it's through death, whether it's through whatever, after they lose a long-term significant partner that they've had, significant other that they've had, right, they people will then throw themselves into the next relationship with abandon and like will sacrifice so many things and get themselves into unhealthy situations. And it's the same reason we hear about like so many people of like, oh, how could they abandon their kid to in order to like get married to this new step person? How could they allow this kind of treatment to their kid? How could they? And it's because they lost this core of themselves that they're trying to quickly fix. And it's the same thing that happens when you're in a long-term relationship and you skip and then you break up and then you skip the normal dating steps, right? You hear this a lot too, is like when you're right out of a relationship, you'll immediately try to skip to like the deep intimacy with another person and not the buildup that leads to that, right? And that's because you're trying to patch open, like you're trying to patch this hole that's left in you, right? And you hear that so often. And like her core, like this hole that's in her is like so large and is like the core of her being. And now she's left out at sea trying to figure out who she is. And she's now finding another person to fill that with and to hold on to and be like, you're the guiding light. You like, it's the same thing but replaced with a new person. And I actually don't hate this as a plot development of her being like this, being forward, saying that she's in love with us, I think the stronger narrative beat here would be for us to turn her down and her to realize that she has to figure herself out first and figure out who she is and heal that up inside before anything else happens. You know, and I think that's not only healthier, but is a stronger narrative beat, right? Like, I think that's more interesting narratively, let alone being just a better, more moral thing to do. We've already committed to making the bad choice. Right? Which is unfortunate. Because fuck, I would have dated Chihaya. If I knew this is where this was going, I would have shot her ass down with Chihaya. But there's like literally no one else anymore. Because I'm sure as hell not dating Futaba. I could be single. I could just stay with the Kechi. No, we are gonna romance her because that's what I promised. But like I said, I don't hate this development. I think it would have been really cool if we weren't even given the option to say yes. If we had to say no to her. Move things around. Do this. No, I don't think there's enough. I don't think this has a long enough runway to get this romance off the ground, really, because of the way this story is told. But the last thing I want you to do is make you uncomfortable. So, yeah, I love you too.
What?
You love me back? Oh, so I guess that means it's mutual then? So, what happens now? Wait, does that mean you'll be my boyfriend? Wait, well, I guess that's what I'm hoping for, so... Oh, what am I saying? Take your time. Sorry, I'm the one who confessed, and now I'm totally messing this up. It's because instinctually you know this is wrong. Honestly, I never expected to get this far.
Senpai?
Would you look at me for a moment? I want to know if it'll feel any different now that we're... Wow, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. You know what? Never mind. You? I mean, she is cute, but like, that's neither here nor there. But I can't take it. I feel like I'm melting. What do I do? I'm so embarrassed, but I want to be even closer to you, Senpai.
I love you.
Again, they couldn't even record the line properly. I always want your eyes on me. No turning back now. I think if we get in closer, we'll bump our glasses together. But we could always take them off. We spent some time alone together. Anyways, I need to get going to practice. Take her to the train station. Yeah, sure. Whatever. I hate this. I hate this reality we live in. Hi, thank you very much for seeing me today. I'm sorry, I just pretend you don't notice my voice cracking. I'm so selfish. I felt like I just left, but I already miss you. Just thinking about you stresses me out, but at the same time, I'm so happy. Like I'm stuck in panic mode. Feels as if I'm constantly riding a roller coaster. I don't know what to do. That's just how it is. You're right. I already know there's nothing I can do about it. It's sort of new in the abstract that you can't cure love, but I just wasn't expecting it to be this powerful. Love, huh? I said it. I'm in love. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just stressing myself out. I feel like I can barely make sense of all these feelings. Yeah, because you don't really have a sense of your own self. There's one thing I know for sure. I'm so happy that you've gotten this close. that we've gotten this close, that our relationship has gotten this strong. Ex-senpai, please stay by my side forever. Oh, I better let you go. I'd love to keep talking, but I'll save it for another time. I hope it's not old age. Well, what the fuck am I supposed to do tonight? Oh.
Hey! Yep.
Make sure you're close.
Hi! So you've come.
Good day. Thank you for coming. I may be abrupt. Could I ask a favor of you? A favor? The truth is, I still have memories from when I was split in two, spending time with you and visiting all sorts of places together. So I've been wondering, would you show me your current home? I'd like to see the room that has shaped you into the person you've become. I do understand my timing is not the most appropriate, given the current state of the world, but this makes me slightly uncomfortable knowing what happened last time I invited an attendant to my room. I'm sure they won't do that, but it does make me uncomfortable.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let us be off immediately.
This is a storage room, yes? But where is your room?
You're looking at it.
Oh, I would never have guessed. So you prefer cramped, dingy spaces. How fascinating. Please, tell me more about yourself.
I want to say I prefer them, but
I'm sensing some unusual energy around this desk. Your infiltration tools are made here? Could I possibly try my hand at it?
no problem.
Thank you. Let us see what I can do. Now, what should I make? Ah, I know! To show my gratitude for rescuing me, I shall craft for you a secret weapon. I think you'll be rather pleased with it. This
This is actually really cute, though.
Oh, well, I can fix that.
Oh my god. This is very cute.
Ouch! Cursed screwdriver, how dare you defy your wielder? Obey me! Drive those screws! Ugh! Oh, screw it. Megiddo!
That's
It
very
seems like
funny.
time out of body has led to my
And oh,
becoming
screw it
somewhat
is also very
ambidextrous. While it pains me to
interesting.
say
And
it,
you could see
your
the
secret weapon
other
will have to wait.
aspects of her
More
coming out.
importantly, I should be using this time to learn more about you. Is this your bed? It's surprisingly similar to the one in your cell. Can you truly rest here?
It comes with a cat. It can be a little uncomfortable.
I suppose that's natural being confined in such a small space. At least its bedding appears softer than that of your prison cell. May I sit? Optimum firmness, ideal warmth. I'm not sure why, but I feel so calm here.
You fell asleep sitting like that? That's so uncomfortable. At least lay down. Like backwards, like
You
with your
You'll pay for splitting me in two. Let's see how your holy grail holds up to this sledgehammer. Take that. Huh? It didn't work?
that's so fucking cute actually though. Seems like she's fighting someone in her dream.
Wait, you can't. No, I'm being split again. Was I talking?
You were sleep fighting.
Please, forget whatever you heard. It was just so comfortable. Perhaps I allowed myself to relax a little too much.
You have made it clear that like existing
I
in
sense
this
some
reality is
residual
difficult for
energy
you.
Here as well. Ah, you use it for training? May I ask for a demonstration?
I haven't really trained in this reality.
Come on! 1, 2, 1, 2! Put your back into it! You think you can save the world like that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2! Don't
The way
expect
she
me to
hits
go
that
easy
2
on
is
you. I'm
very
doing this for your sake.
like funny. Like I love it. I'm just gonna cramp up.
Well done. Such commendable willpower. I can sense some lingering energy around this television. Or is it actually coming from the box attached to it? What is this?
It's a video game.
I see. I've heard quite a bit about these remarkable devices. They say that once a player begins, they're unable to tear themselves away. If it truly can entrance humans to such a degree, could you play a bit for me? I see. You're piloting the spaceship, and your objective is to destroy the oncoming enemies. Look how they scatter. This is quite impressive. You weave around each bullet with dizzying precision. Whoa, there's so many of them now. Oh, you're surrounded. Look out, on your right. I mean left. No, they're in front now. Use the boost. Look, it's the boss. Fire the beam cannons. Annihilate it.
I beat the game.
You did it. The world is saved. A most dexterous display. I can certainly see why humans get so passionate about these games. Perhaps I'll ask my master if we can install one in our room.
I mean,
enjoyed
Elizabeth
this
didn't
first-hand
have much
glimpse into
success
your
with that.
daily life. It was quite illuminating. Before I became whole, I visited many places with you and gained a wealth of new experiences. Thanks to that, I feel like I've come to understand humans better. And perhaps more importantly, I feel like I understand you better. So, thank you. Though you have cast off your shackles, I will still await you in that room. This is a token of my gratitude for today. Please, take it. It would be a shame if I were to leave so soon. May I stay a little longer?
Hanging out for a while longer, I escorted her back to the Velvet Room.
Hi!
Yo!
Yo! I heard from Teddy that Nanako's out of the hospital. Man, what a relief. Now I finally feel like the case is closed. Oh yeah, I was talking her over with the other guys. What do you think about throwing Nanako-chan a coming home party? Are you volunteering to organize it? Man, you don't miss a trick. Sure, I'll pitch in this time. Okay, we'll meet up at the food court tomorrow afternoon. I'll pass it along to others. I'm already getting excited. Classes have ended for today. What will you do? To last. Dum, dum, dum. Hey, Rise. I'm gonna hang out with Rise, but I am double checking that you're ready to level up. Next time then. Yeah, because Rise is at the end and she'll have an extra one after this.
Oh, Senpai!
If you're free, let's go play. The hill overlooking town. Rise took you here.
Look, that line over there is the shopping district. That's us. We're so small. I need to remember that. Senpai, you're leaving in the spring, right? I've made up my mind about something. You see, I'm thinking of going back into showbiz this spring. I am Risette, after all. And when I consider it that way, I think I can have more fun working. I know how hard it is for a star to make a comeback after an entire year's absence. But even then, I want to start over from the beginning.
But to be fair, it wouldn't be an entire year. It was like half a year. So that's not insanely difficult. I mean, it is, but like, it's not the worst.
Do you remember the fan who gave me that letter? And my old manager, Inoue-san? For my family, everyone, you, and for myself.
Rise's eyes are shining.
Senpai, this... I want you to have it, Senpai.
A signed
It's the one
photo?
we took at school. I look really normal, don't I? But even then, I signed it Risette.
Oh, that duality is very cute, actually.
Risette without a fake smile. Senpai, I won't make the same mistake. I won't run away. I won't try to be someone I'm not. The many Riseis inside of me, I want to cherish them. I quit thinking about such stupid things. I mean, in reality, there's no such thing as a real me or a fake me. As long as you know what you really want to do, no matter how hard it is, you'll be okay. I can do it!
Rise's strong will that allowed her to accept and overcome her weakness has awakened her heart's true power. Rise's persona has been reborn. Himiko is transfigured into Kanzeon.
This means my powers have changed? I see. I've become a little stronger. Thanks to you being with me. I want to find lots of different me's. And I want to get stronger, so instead of running away from them, I'll welcome them with open arms. I was relying on you, but I want to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. Thank you, Senpai. I love you.
You can sense Rise's pure affection. You share a tight bond. Check out her tight bond. Dumb and gross. Oh, thank you, Rise.
Now that I got that out, I'm hungry. Let's go eat somewhere. After all, come spring, I won't be able to do that anymore.
I mean, you'll still be able to eat places.
Let's go, Senpai.
You dominated the shopping district with Rise. Made it to your house. Dominated?
Welcome back.
Thanks. I can work as a tutor today. I'm not going to be able to finish Nanako. That sucks. Hey, that sucks. Okay, you are ready to level up, though. Last I checked. It took 2? It took 2? I fucked up that bad? Oh, fuck yeah, Junpei. Let's go, Junpei. Oh, I don't know if you'll level up, though. Are we just hanging out? This is like just hanging out. And the fries here are so soggy. I hope I have the chance to finish Junpei's. I'm like one
Where
away.
have you been?
Right? Junpei, how close are we? Are we on 8 or 9? We're on 9. Oh, I'm one away. Let's go, Junpei. Let's go, Junpei. Let's go, I guess. You two are the two I'm focused in on. And then maybe I'll talk to Akihiko and turn him down brutally.